Hello everybody, welcome to the first video on modes. In this video, I'm gonna give you a big picture introduction to the topic. We'll get to all the details, of course, for sure, in the upcoming videos, but I think a lot of people are missing really the big picture concept about modes. They go into memorizing the formula right away without really understanding what's going on, without understanding the big picture. And I think by understanding the big picture concept here, it should help you understand modes much better in the later videos. Okay, so basically when we are talking about modes are really just types of sound, okay? Or if you want to put it another way, just different types of scale and chord progressions. Other than so you already actually know two modes. First of all, we have two big groups. We have the major sounding group, okay? We have the minor sounding group, okay? And the good news is you already know two of them. We have the major scale. So it has a modal name called Ionian, and I would like you to think of the major scale as just a type of sound, right? So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It has a very specific sound to it, okay? And also, you also should already know about the natural minor scale, which has a modal name called Aeolian. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So it has a specific type of sound to it, and it would be safe to say major scale is part of the major sounding group, and the natural minor is part of the minor sounding group. They're almost like the representative of the group, okay? And you should know them already pretty well at this point, okay? And really, modes basically refers to the fact that there are types of sound, okay? So let's check out the left column. We have Lydian, which is part of the major sounding group, okay? So the way I would think about it is Lydian is just a variation. It's just another variation to bring out the major sound. So this scale is slightly different from the major scale, that it has the sharp 4th degree. It still has the major third that gives it the bright sound, the major sound, okay? But it's slightly different than the major scale, but it's definitely part of the major sounding group, okay? On the right-hand side, we have Dorian, which is slightly different from Aeolian because it has the major 6. Again, I'm mentioning these details, major 6, sharp 4 here. Do not worry about them at this point, actually, okay? So Dorian is just a variation of the minor sound, slightly different from the natural minor or Aeolian. So we have more members on the on the minor sounding group. So Phrygian, a very dark sounding minor mode, okay? Again, it is a type of sound, a type of minor sound, okay? And it's a variation of natural minor scale, has a very specific dark sound to it, and something even darker, Locrian, okay? It is also a type of minor sound. It's part of the minor sounding group. And finally, we have something very special, which is Mixolydian. M-I-X-O-L-Y-D-I-A-N. So it sits somewhere in between the major sounding group and the minor sounding group. In fact, it's a mix of the major sound and the minor sound because it has both the major third and the flat 7. And usually we incorporate the flat 3 degree in the scale as well, sometimes in blues, okay? So it sits somewhere in between major sound and minor sound. And someone would call this the blues sound, okay? And it's pretty appropriate. It's definitely a mode that is used a lot in blues. Sorry about my penmanship. All right, blues. Okay, so to recap, modes are really just types of sound. So the major scale or Ionian is one type of sound. Minor scale Aeolian is a type of sound. And Lydian is a type of sound, so on and so forth. Okay, so essentially you're learning new scales in this section, and that they could be grouped into either the major sounding group or the minor sounding group, okay? So in the upcoming videos, I'm gonna talk about the details, okay? So I would see you there.